Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Elbow Survival again here today. And today I'm going to be doing a quick video on how to conceal a knife inside of an iPod. Only do this with a broken iPod, obviously, unless you feel like ruining a good one. But here I'm doing it with my iPod Nano 5th generation. Has a cam in there. The click wheel's still missing. I'll fix that in the video. But you know, it looks fairly normal except for the fact that the click wheel's gone. But basically, what I'm going to go through on exactly how to disassemble it in a way that it'll still look real, you won't ruin anything, and if need be, if it still does work, or if you need to turn it into Apple or something, you can still keep most of the parts or all the parts if you're careful, so that you can reassemble it quickly and turn it in and act like nothing ever happened. So we're going to get into that. Again, this is the iPod Nano 5th generation. Obviously, if you have a bigger iPod, a smaller iPod, you'll be able to conceal a bigger, smaller knife. I'm still working on the design a little bit to try and get a little bit of a bigger knife in there, but this I'll just go through a quick bit on, the first thing. If I figure out how to make it better, I'll go and post another video on that. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to be working on it though. So basically what's going to be happening here is, as you know, I'll see if I can get the click wheel to stay in here real quick. Stay in there enough. Oh yeah, I'll just hold it on. So basically this is what your iPod's going to look like, except that click wheel's going to look normal. At the top, I've already taken them off on the top and the bottom. Oh, no, you can't really see the bottom very well, but that's okay. There's your little piece of black plastic. It looks like that on the bottom. It's just solid with a little hole for the lock on the top. And basically, what you're going to do is you're going to pop those off. You can do that really easily with any flat blade. They come off pretty easily. I used this little knife here. You just gotta get under it and pop it off. Sorry about that. So you just gotta get in there, pop it off real quick, and then there are a set of screws on the end. Here you can see on this one, maybe a little bit. There'll be like a screw on both ends, and then one in the middle where that little black part is separating the headphone jack and the charging thing. So you're gonna just take those out. The screws are really easy to see. They're pretty small, but they're easy to take out. They're not like they look extremely small, but just a small household screwdriver will work. You don't have to go get some special kind of screwdriver for that or anything. So basically, what you're gonna do after you have taken the screws out of there is you're gonna pry up the little metal pieces. Like they look like this and like this. They come off, again, just real easy with any type of flat tool I use a knife for almost all of it, except to take the screws out, obviously, but any prying, I just use a knife for it. Most of it pops out easy. You do have to be careful that you don't break it, because you are going to want to save a few of these pieces for the reassembly to make it look better, to make it look like it's still an iPod, and if you want to turn it back into Apple to try and get it fixed someday, then you obviously need some of those pieces so they don't think that you destroyed the iPod and they won't fix it or anything like that. So, after you get that taken apart, you are going to take out the click wheel. Again, it's just an easy thing to pry up. There is a cable connected, as there is one on top of here for the lock. There's a little cable connected right there. Mine just popped off really easy, no problem, didn't break or anything, but you do want to be semi-careful with that. You don't want to rip it or completely destroy it. So you can see I just put that on upside down. Let me spin that up. So the click wheel just sits right on in there. Use a knife, you can pry it up. That comes out. That isn't real necessary to do. It does make it a little bit easier, but it's also fairly hard to get back in there right. I'm probably going to have to glue mine back in there. My iPod's completely dead, so I'm just pretty much destroying it in the process here. So if you can avoid doing that, it's it makes it a little bit harder, but not too much. I would just leave the click wheel in there because they have it assembled so it won't fall out, which is good. On the bottom, you actually don't have to take anything off the bottom if you don't want to. I'll explain why exactly you'd want to do that in just a second. So you have everything off the camera. I was able to leave it on. If you want to take it off, you just have to get a razor blade, and it's extremely hard. I couldn't do it. That's one of the main reasons I left it on. Not because I wanted to, but it's because I couldn't really get it. And you just have to work your way under there, pop off, and then there's a screw in the middle between the camera and the microphone that you just have to unscrew that, and then the camera and its cords and whatnot will come out. And then, so once you get that off, the click wheel off, and the two ends off, then according to the, you should be able to just take right there under the click wheel, you can just push it out. I left my part in there just because I didn't really need to push it out. None of my knives were going to be able to fit in there too well anyway. So I just left it in there, but it should just, if you push on it, it should just come straight out fairly easily. Shouldn't give you too much of a trouble. If you don't want to do that, then you can just leave the click wheel on there. And now to the harder part. And it's one of the easier parts, not one of the harder parts. I don't know how I got that mixed up. There's this screen, there's a little glass screen that I was able to just put my knife under and pry up. It's easier now because it's already pried up. It's just glass, kind of looks like that, magnifying things really well. That's cool. And then there's, under that, you have to take the top off, and you can just push up the screen. You do have to kind of snap it, work on it. You have to disconnect it from the motherboard, but you just push up on the screen. That comes out. Take that out, and then there's a battery right back there. I already took it out, so you can't see it. But it's pretty clear. It's just a white little chunk of nothing. It's a battery, and you just disconnect that, slide it right out the top. That'll come out. Try not to puncture the battery. I completely destroyed my battery, and it smelled really bad and whatnot. So try not to do that if you're doing it in your room, because it'll stink up your room. So let me put that back in real quick. When you're reassembling it, the display, that's a display, you're gonna have to slide it back in the top. So that's simple. But then the other part, this little plastic, to make your screen hard or whatever, you can just snap that right in there, and it'll stay in there pretty well. Just kind of tap on your hand a few times. That ain't really coming out nothing. So make sure you do that, and then you're going to take your blade. I'm just using a razor blade for right now, because again, that's all I've been able to get. That's about the only blade that'll fit in there for me right now. I don't have anything smaller. And where the battery used to be, you can see there's a little gap. Trying to make sure I know what it is. Right, it's at the bottom. There's a small little gap right there, as you can see. You're just going to take your razor blade, slip it on in there, and you're going to take the top piece of metal. You can put the plastic on there if you want, but I wouldn't. Just kind of makes the process of getting it out a little bit harder. And no one actually has a plastic. And if you want to, you can, but it doesn't really matter. So now that's back in there. As you can see, when you can tap that a few times. Oh, my screen just came off, but that's okay. But for you mainly just want to make sure that the top isn't going to come out in your pocket when you're walking around, so that you don't have a razor blade just flying around in there. Let me get my screen back on here real quick. Oh, gosh dang it. This does not normally happen. You might have to you might have to mess with it a little bit more. If you all do this and find any ways that your click wheel goes in easy or something like that, then you can post a comment in the video. Post a comment in the comment section, and just let me know what you all did and how well it worked. This thing is not going back in, is it? Alright, well, we can just leave that out for now. It normally pops in there and stays fine. I don't know what's acting up for me. You're going to take your metal, put it back in there again, because it decided to come on out. sometimes it's hard to get the metal to stay in. Sometimes it's easy. Like I said, this isn't a perfect design yet, but it works pretty well. So there you have it. It's just a little iPod that just fits in your pocket. If you want to take it into school, you know, if you get questions, you just pull out an iPod, boom. You got an iPod there, but a razor blade in the back. Don't actually do that, I don't think. I don't go to school, I'm homeschooled, so I don't actually know any of the rules, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. I'm not taking credit for anyone that does that. You know, all those legal things you're supposed to say when you tell people to do crap like that. I'm not taking credit for that. I don't know what the rules really are on that, because again, I can just take a knife whenever I feel like taking a knife, because I'm homeschooled. I'm cool like that. Anyway, so you just have your iPod right in there. When you need your knife, you just flip it, punch it out, and it generally does not blow up like that. I have no idea where that just went. Gosh dang it. Alright, well, generally the razor blade just kind of falls right down the middle. It decided not to work for the video here, I guess. But, you know what, that's cool. So that's basically how you assemble it. Again, if you want to try to slide that out, then you can put 2 razor blades in there, or you might be able to fit a bigger blade, whatever. This knife I don't think will fit. Nope, it won't. Let me go grab one other knife real quick to show y'all. This is just a little free knife I got when I got my K-bar. I don't think that's actually, no, that does go in there. I'll probably try to slip that thing in there somehow today. I'll let y'all know how that goes. Maybe I don't know. I'll say it in my next video probably. So that is basically how to make your little iPod. It should go through most metal detectors, security scanner, whatnot things undetected. It'll just register as an iPod. Again, I haven't tried it, and I'm not saying it definitely will. And if it does, you didn't get the idea from me. But that's basically your iPod right there. Thanks. Bye.